Subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss an update from First Post.
How did that name come about, Chopsticks? Yeah, that can be related to the director.
Chopsticks because it's kind of a symbolic way of showing that how this girl who hasn't got a grip on life eventually does with the help of a mentor, the artist. Through the film, you realize why it's Chopsticks because it starts off with her. You've seen the film, so
I have.
yeah. So that's why.
And then the name Nirma and then artist. That's also something which is interesting to watch out for. I'll kill them with success and bury them with my smile. That was the quote that I took from the trailer, and that really inspired me also, and I think a lot of other people too. So is that the quote that you live by?
I could now.
You can definitely bury them with a smile.
Thanks.
And Abhay, your character, like, what do you have to say about this particular character that you've played in Chopsticks? You know, it kind of looks like a serious character because I've seen the film, so I'm not giving any spoilers. I'm making sure that, I don't say anything else.
Yeah.
But we all know that it probably changes into something else.
Well, I guess what you're trying to say is that he seems to be quite serious, but you realize there's a sense of humor to him. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Sort of intimidating in some of the shots.
In the
and
beginning,
then,
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, there's always going to be some kind of a graph or a transition to a character, right, in a given story. And when the two of them meet, they don't know each other, and he's the con man that she hires. We already know that
Correct.
from the trailer. And that dynamic will change, right? It will go somewhere at some point. And as you see her saying, I will kill them with success and bury them with my smile, that's something that starts to unfold to him, that she does have that quality about her, even if she doesn't know it. And he recognizes that because he's older than her, he's more mature, and I think he eventually, her gullibility and naivety start to appeal to him after a while.
So, Mithila, I want to ask from you that your character looks like a very sweet, innocent girl next door.
Nothing that she's in real life.
I was just going to say,
I jumped
don't
in.
relate to her at all.
नाम
निर्मा सहस्त्रबुद्धि
निर्मा ओ वॉशिंग पाउडर
So how difficult was it to get into a character like that? Because in the trailer we also see that the girl looks underconfident. The trailer says underconfident.
Right.
So when you're not that in your real life, then how do you get into a character? How do you prepare yourself that, okay, this is a character that I'm going to play, and she always does something with the fingers, we see.
Right.
And
A lot of
Yes.
it was in the writing, honestly. A lot of the anxiety was also written. So all credit to him. We actually even rehearsed a few times before we actually started shooting.
Even her walk and her posture and all of that.
A lot of those things were rehearsed before we went on set. So there were certain things that he expected, like he imagined her to be, and he shared those with me, and we rehearsed them. I think we rehearsed a couple of scenes at least before we went on set, and I think that helped. And I had to really curb my memory, and then I'm saying energy, and the minute they called cut, all the pent up energy used to just come out. Which
what
they
about-
dreaded, I'm sure.
And what about you, Abhay? Are you like somewhere similar to your character in your real life, or is it like?
I always look for something that I can relate to, but none of my characters are actually me. But I suppose in this instant, the way her character is, and I think the way he reacts to her would probably be exactly the way I react to someone like her if I was to face someone like that. Yes, I think I would also just be a bit like, whoa, like what is this? And I would probably have natural empathy for that person. So I think that was one similar trait, I suppose, no?
Yeah. Also, I think the restraint that he brings to the performance, I love the way he kind of rations emotions, Itna hi hasunga, itna hi dikhaunga. So I love that restraint that I call him the master of restraint actually. So that I think was very in sync with the character that I had in mind. So that kind of complemented the character quite well.
So I want to ask from you about them. Is there something on set that happened that you'll take away? You felt that,
Yes.
this
I
is
took
one
away
thing
something
that-
from the set every day.
How was it shooting with the goat? How was that experience?
That was an experience, yes. That was a scary experience, actually.
I found it cute.
No, it was fun. I love animals. I really, really love animals. And I was actually looking forward to having the goat on set. But the day he came, he was equally as nervous as we were. Except the size of the goat is as big as I am.
For her, it was a horse.
So really, I mean, there were some scenes where I had to hold him, and he could have easily just like.
I was a wee bit sad actually with the goat on set because just with so many lights and so many people around, and you get this thing in the middle of everything for your, so the goat was a little nervous on the set.
Yeah, since it's coming on Netflix, so I want to know from each of you that what do you think about the OTT platforms and more of content coming on OTT platforms, and what are your views on such things?
These two, because that's where I've been. So I would like them to speak.
There's your product. There's an OTT product right in front of you. So what do you think? I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Start
what
with
you
the
get.
senior.
I think this is the future. It's exponentially grown in the last 3 years now. 2016 essentially saw the boom of the internet, and now as an entertainment medium, and now it's only going to grow, especially with OTT platforms coming into play.
For me, I think it's freedom all the way. It's artistic freedom all the way, because here you aren't really catering to commercial feasibility and where this is going to be commercially viable. You can be really true to the script as a filmmaker, and that really works for me. So that like she said, this is going to be the future. Yeah.
And I've also always said that internet is also a very liberal medium, like he said, and there is no limitation to anything, not the language, not the genre, not even the time. Yeah. I have been part of 5-minute videos and then shows and then a film now. Yeah. So I think it is true to the definition of art.
Yeah, it's given rise to a lot of diversity of actors, diversity of ideas and stories. It's going to open up the industry. The Bollywood industry in particular is very cliquish. It's very small, and that is why there's a lack of originality and ideas. There's a reason why all the actors look like they've come off an assembly line, because there's just a few, and those few ideas and those few cliques, and so you have to conform to one of three.
Right.
Let's say. Whereas here now it's suddenly big, and now suddenly it's like for the first time they're telling you, oh, how about this diversity angle, or that provocative idea, or this kind of a story, and their platform is limitless. So like once it's on there, it's there for life. So let's make this for a mass audience, let's make this for a class audience, let's make this to be provocative, let's make this to entertain. There's a lot more freedom.
There's freedom, there's opportunity.
Yeah.
And everything's good. Thank you so much for talking to us at First Post. It was a real pleasure. Well, I can, after watching the movie, say that I can't wait for the part 2 to come. I already, when I was watching the movie,
someone actually liked it. Yes.
I watched the movie, I was like, part 2 will be their love story, maybe. That's what I thought. What?
That would be called Lolita.
Well,
Twice
I
her
don't
age.
know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.